Welcome to the San Diego Air and Space Museum. I'm Charles Lindbergh, the first pilot to...
All right, Charles, thank you. I think I got it from here. On May 20th, 1927, United States airmail pilot Charles Lindbergh took off from Roosevelt Field in New York City and flew 33 hours to Paris, becoming the first person to fly non-stop solo across the Atlantic Ocean. When he landed, he won the $25,000 Ortiz Prize, which was awarded in 1919, so 8 years earlier, by Raymond Ortiz, New York City hotel owner, to the first aviator from the United States, United Kingdom, France, or any of their allies to fly nonstop across the Atlantic Ocean from New York to Paris, or in reverse. Many famous pilots attempted this trip, but none actually made it across the ocean. Part of Lindbergh's success was actually his plane, the Spirit of St. Louis, which was built here in San Diego by the Ryan Aircraft Company. They based the Spirit of St. Louis's design off of their Ryan M2 mail plane, but what they did was they lengthened and fortified the wingspan and the fuselage to withstand a transatlantic flight. Extra fuel tanks were added to support its weight. Normally, these fuel tanks would have gone in the back of the plane, but Charles Lindbergh did not want to be stuck between the engine and the fuel tanks in case of an emergency. In that case, the fuel tanks were moved up to the center of the gravity of the plane, which Charles Lindbergh suggested, which meant that the cockpit, which was normally at the front of the plane, moved to the back. This move meant that Charles Lindbergh did not have a windshield to look out the front of the plane. However, he was completely fine with this. He was used to flying airmail planes with all of the airmail bags just completely blocking his vision out the front. He was also on a mission to get rid of any extra weight, and something as seemingly insignificant as a windshield actually could have added weight to the plane. He told the Spirit of St. Louis's chief engineer and designer that if he needed to look out the front of the plane, he could just use the side windows and stick his head out. But a Ryan aircraft employee actually installed a periscope right here because he was on a submarine in World War I and recommended that Charles Lindbergh use it if he needed to look out of the plane. This would have been used in low altitude so he could avoid trees, masts, buildings, and other structures. In order to see how Charles Lindbergh's periscope might have worked, you are going to be making your own periscope. The good or the bad news is that you won't need to fly across the Atlantic Ocean to test it.